Um, well, I'm gonna try to be a franchise player, a guy that's gonna come right in and make an impact right away. You know, you guys see Damian Lillard come in and win Rookie of the Year, and you know, guys were saying he played in too small of a conference and things like that. You know, and they had their doubts about him. So, you know, I'm gonna try to come in, make an impact. You know, 5 or 6 years. Hopefully, I have a ring or two. You know, that's the goal. You know, those are big goals, but. Um, you know, I shoot for goals like that just because, you know, anything's possible depending on the type of work you put in, you know, if you're on a winning team.
Was your reaction when teams asked you how would you feel about coming off the bench and those type of things? What did you get? What did you tell them?
Well, I told them that, you know, I would have to accept that role at first, but my intentions would be to start eventually, and the guy in front of me will catch, you know, you know, I'll bring it every day in practice. You know, he's going to be a guy that, you know, I'm going to try to give it to every day in practice to try to get that spot. But if I do come off the bench, then I'm going to try to come off and give, you know, the team a crazy spark. You know, you see guys like Ginobili and Jamal Crawford and those guys who come off the bench and make, you know, impacts. And, you know, that'll be my goal.
Trey, where's the confidence come from?
Just
You're really sure of yourself. Where's that come from?
I've always had it, honestly. I don't know. I really don't. You know, the great players in the NBA, like Michael Jordan and those type of guys, they always had confidence, and those are the type of guys I grew up watching. Allen Iversons and Michael Jordans and those type of players. So, you know, I just think that's just something that's within me. It's something that was going to always be with me, not only on a basketball court but off the court. And it, you know, it's probably called a word called faith, really.
How much more prepared are you for the NBA after seeing this past season, after thinking strong about that last year?
I think I'm much more prepared. I think last year, you know, just seeing the opportunity that was in front of me as a 19-year-old kid, you know, it was crazy that I actually had the opportunity to go to the NBA. So I felt like I had to come back for another year, develop my game, develop physically and mentally, and I feel like I'm, you know, exactly where I need to be now.
Trey, are you ready to go head-to-head with some of the guys on the board with you, guys like Michael Carter?
Absolutely. You know, I've been a competitive guy, you know, my whole life, and I've always been up for challenges. So, you know, any challenge I'll be ready for.
Can you talk about Coach Sullinger and playing with Jared in high school, how that prepared you for this?
Oh, it's prepared me greatly. Playing with a guy like Jared, you know, it's allowed me to utilize my big man, know how to play with him, and then just playing under a coach like Coach Sullinger, who he takes no mess. You know, he's going to hold you accountable for everything you do. You know, he will embarrass you in front of the crowd if you're not doing your job. That, you know, that prepared me for the next level. You know, at the time I didn't understand it, but it prepared me. It allowed me to take criticism, and it's made me a better player.
Are you still in touch with Jared? Have you gotten any advice from him?
I'm in touch with him a lot. You know, we text all the time, and you know, he just told me to stay focused, work hard, and you know, work for everything you got. You know, nothing. He hasn't told me anything anyone else hasn't told me. He just let me know that it's a big step, and you know, so you're gonna have to reprove yourself, basically.
Other than Jared, who else you talk to in the NBA? What other guys right now? Is Jared kind of the only one, or are you leaning on other guys right now? Kind of
I talked to a couple other guys. You know, I talked to Jared. I text Chris Paul every now and then. LeBron hit me up after the game. You know, after the Louisville loss. And besides those three, I think I talked to more. I can't really think of none right now, but those are the main three. Draymond Green, you know, I talked to him as well. You know, all those guys pretty much gave me the same advice. You know, just told me that it's time to work hard. And, you know, this will probably be my most, you know, the busiest summer of my life. And, you know, I'm excited about it.
Was that a real moment for you when LeBron texted you after the championship game that maybe it's time to become a pro here?
Yeah, it was a real moment, absolutely. You know, at the same time, I know I'm going to have to be playing against him here in the next year or so. So I didn't try to, you know, take it in that type of – I didn't try to view that text in that type of way. But, you know, it was good that he reached out to me and let me know that, yeah, I had a great season and now it's time to, you know, refocus and get on the grind.
Trey, a lot's expected of a top guy at the top of the board. You ready for that expectation? You ready for the burden of being a high-level pick?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm ready. I think my work ethic and you know, my focus will allow me to be ready, and that's really all that matters. So, I don't know if I'm going to be a top pick. I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to be the top pick, but if I am to be the top pick, I will, I won't disappoint.
You tend to go to a bad team if you go high. Are you ready for maybe more losing than you've had in a long time?
Well, that's a good question. Wherever team I go, I'm not going to go into that team with that type of mentality that we're going to lose. I've always been a winner on every level, so I'm going to try to go into that team and turn the program around. And I'm sure the guys, whoever's on the team, is going to have that same goal in mind.